Alrighty, everybody, welcome back in. We are here with our live patch for Heroes of the Storm, May 15th, 2025. My name is Bahamut. It's Patch Day, Ninja. We're here. We're ready to go. We've also got some live games to cast on the new patch. Shout out to the Outhouses. They also tested a bunch of heroes, so we'll be able to see some of the new changes that we have up ahead. So let's go ahead and dive on into our live patch update. Quick navigation, of course, or excuse me, well, first things first. Orange text indicates changes between PTR and live patch notes. General, Storm League, bug fixes, or balance updates and bug fixes. Mr. Bandit, those are some tasty paws. Let's chill out, bud. I know you're excited about the patch, me too. General, Anduin has replaced Malfurion as the ally hero in Try Me mode. Numerous game strings have been updated to reflect current gameplay, updated home screen, and starting music. The home screen, for those that don't know, is Nexomania in the United States. We had Cinco de Mayo recently, which is a fake holiday. What is the music? I'm curious. Hold on. This is like the normal Heroes of Storm music, so that's whatever. Anyways, back into the patch notes. Storm League. Rank decay will now apply to players in Master and Grandmaster leagues. Reduced maximum party size of Master and Grandmaster to 2, or players to 2. And Master and Grandmasters can only party with players 500 or 5,000 rank points away from them. Okay, so still keep closing the gap at the higher ranks. Balance updates. Hero, Ana. Biotic Grenade W. Added functionality. If Biotic Grenade does not hit anyone, does not hit any enemies, its cooldown is reduced by 3 seconds. Another added functionality. If Biotic Grenade only hits on, its cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds. Level 1 Vampiric Rounds. Shrike now gives 15% passive healing bonus. We've got a level 20 Deadeye update. Added functionality, Eye of Horus can now be toggled on and off at level 20, the Deadeye. Added functionality, Eye of Horus rounds are regained once every 10 seconds. Added functionality, Eye of Horus cooldown is now 6 seconds. Bonus acquired from Deadeye now lasts 4 seconds. Okay. Ariel. Looks like there was... So all of this was not on PTR, I think. Bestow Hope trait. Reduce the amount of energy stored from 40 to 35% of damage to non-heroes. Reduce the amount of energy stored from 80 to 70 of damage to heroes. There was a lot of... I did see a lot of conversation in like Twitch streams and stuff like that. Even like internet as well, you know, just perusing around. People were feeling like Ariel's Bestow Hope was a little too much, so we'll see if this brings it down to more of a middle of the ground level, because it was like Ariel was getting like first pick, first ban in some of the tournaments that I've been casting, so the little bit of nerf on this is not too upsetting or too out of the woods. Asmodan Trample, we did remember this one. Added functionality, reduces heroic cooldown by 25% if Trample hits a hero. I'm curious if that it's kind of like ETC Encore, if you can get value per hero hit. Like, is it 25% per hero hit, or is it just if it hits a hero, then you get, that's it? Like, I don't know if Trample pierces. That's the other thing too. I don't know if it does. What's up, Q-Ball? It's the first hero hit source. I tested on PTR. That's a pretty good source, Q-Ball. I'm gonna act like Reddit and go, I don't believe you. How you doing today, bud? ETC. We did see some of these changes through Reddit, so let's go ahead and actually break them down now. Let me get some tea here really quickly. Happy Friday, bud. We're going to be doing patch review, obviously, and then we've got some live games that were done last night on the live patch from some friends. And then we'll see if we can grab some Heroes Lounge stuff, because there is a game at 11:30 my time, so we'll see maybe if we can catch, like, the VODs or something. Or maybe they'll let us cast it live. I doubt. ETC, Face Melt W, cooldown reduced from 12 to 10 seconds. Rockstar, the trait, D. Armor from basic abilities increased from 20 to 25. Armor from heroic abilities reduced from 60 to 50. Level 4 Crowd Surfer. Cooldown reduction reduced from 7 to 6 seconds. But that makes sense because Power Slide's already getting a cooldown of 2 seconds. So Oh, no, that's face mount, sorry. So crowd surfer just getting nerfed ever so slightly. But even then, crowd surfer is still really good. Hammer on, added functionality, basic attacks deal 12% more damage, increased to 36% while guitar solo is active, which is awesome. Good auto attack buff on that level 7. Are you going over PTR, or did the patch drop today? You just got on PC. It literally last night. Literally, like, last night around, like, 4 or 5 o'clock my time. So, we're reviewing the patch. This is literally live. Here's the new updated background. So, yeah. We're going through all the stuff. So, this also means that tomorrow, during the EU Cup, all of this is going to, all these changes are going to come through. So, I feel like we're going to see a lot of ETC this weekend. We already talked about Hammer On. Level 13 Encore gets nerfed by 1%, which kind of needed to happen. 5% of Mosh Pit is 6 seconds. And then if you get the secondary hit, that's basically, 10%, 12 seconds off of a 120-second cooldown. It's kind of wild. So, still getting nerfed down a little bit. I think this is fair. Still, like, 4% still really good. Level 20, Power of the Horde. New talent. Activate to grant nearby allied heroes a shield that absorbs damage equal to 30% of their maximum health for 5 seconds. Increased by 2% for each other ally hero in the area. This talent replaces Storm Shield. Ride the Lightning, which is great reference to Metallica song. It's also a great, just unique Bolt of the Storm naming for ETC. Like, it's fantastic. Activate to teleport to a nearby location, dealing 48 damage to nearby enemy heroes. The cooldown is reduced by 10 seconds for every enemy hero hit, up to 50 seconds. It doesn't say here, but if I'm not mistaken, Ride the Lightning is a 70-second cooldown. Oh, cool. I was on ETC anyways. Let's see. Ride the Lightning is a 70-second cooldown. So still, like, dude, like, Bolt Mosh, I guess Ride the Lightning Mosh, that kind of sounds alright. We'll have to figure out a name for it, but, like, Bolt Mosh is, I feel like because of this, we're going to be seeing a lot more of it. Power of the Horde, I think, is going to be seen as well. Like, this is really, really good. And it doesn't seem like there's a cap on it, right? Activate to grant nearby heroes a shield. It absorbs damage increased by 2% for each. So in theory, like, if you have Vikings and Samura around you, you could get some really great value. So things to think about. Let's see. Genji! Yay! Genji changes. Hopefully it's a nerf, so we don't see as much Genji anymore. Exactly, Zig. Thank you. Exactly, bud. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Good morning, Rupert, as well. Sorry if I missed you. Genji. Pathfinder. Added functionality. Heroic ability now heals Genji for 100%. Or no, sorry, 10%. My eyes. For 10% of the damage dealt to enemy heroes. Increased by up to 30 based on how low Genji's health is. Okay, so that's a new thing added in. Or at least text-wise. Level 10 X-Strike cooldown increased from 60 to 75 seconds. Detonation damage increased because X-Strike needed more damage. Increased from 275 to 290. Slash damage increased from 135 to 145. I don't know, man. Like, I don't think it's enough, but Shin Gun being nerfed is awesome, though. Shin Gun being now does 40% less damage to structures. I like that a lot. That was kind of needed. Shin Gun was painful. Level 20 Living Weapon cooldown reduction increased from 10 to 12.5 seconds. Makes sense that you have to increase this because you're increasing this. The Imperious Infinite Shield. Oh yeah, we'll talk about Imperious. Because we're right here on Imperious. Does that make it 10 to 13% or 10 to 40%? For what? You're asking Bahamut Gaming math. That's a really risky question. What's up, Big Scary Duck? How you doing, bud? The Genji 1. Heroic ability now heals Genji for 10% of the damage dealt to enemy heroes. Increased by up to 30% based on how low Genji's health is. So it would be 10 So 10 to 40, that's how it reads to me. 10 to 40. Where is Gengu? Let's see, what was that under? It's just Pathfinder? Alright, so Pathfinder, level 1. Genji's heroic ability heals him for 10% of the damage, increasing up to 30. Increasing up to 30. So it's 10 to 30. It's 10 to 30. It heals him for 10% of the damage dealt to enemy heroes, increasing up to 30%. So yeah, 10 to 30. Playing some mobile game and Orpheus was in it, not named Orpheus. Right, really? It's just like a copy? What if Genji could one-shot structures? This is why Heroes of the Storm Twitch chatters should never be developers. Cheers. Hey, I just, it's a lot of these things can be a little confusing, so I'm glad you pointed out when we went through it. Imperious base Molten Armor E now hits 2 extra targets if no heroes in range. Ooh. Impaling Light rework. Impaling Light cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds. Impaling Light does 180% more damage to heroes, reduced by 20 for each additional hero hit. So it's not beneficial to get multi-stabs. Impaling Light mana cost reduced from 40 to 30. When Valorous Brand's target stun ends, Impaling Light cooldown is reduced by 1 second for each Valorous Brand on the target. So if you're gonna go stab build, you are literally looking for single target stabs. Yikes. Level 7, Blaze of Glory. Blaze of Glory delay reduced from 2 seconds to 1.75. Holy Fervor, Molten Armor, no grants. No grants. Molten Armor no longer grants Holy Fervor. Heavenly Host level 20. Added functionality. All shields created by Angelic Armament no longer expire. Added functionality, swords fired by Heavenly Host Shield can target non-heroes, but heroes are prioritized. And Molten Wrath, new talent. Molten Armor will now hit 2 extra targets, even if enemy heroes are in range. We'll see. I'm curious to see if this gets any play. As I said, we got some outhouses to cast after this, so I'm assuming this will be tested by a few of our lovely friends. So we'll be checking that out after we go through this patch. Make it fair. Structure's also one-shot Genji. Well, there you go. Lunara! Level 7 Splintered Spear. Added functionality. Now grants 3 stacks of Splintered Spear. A stack is consumed when an extra target is attacked. Can have a maximum of 3 stacks. All stacks can be consumed in a single attack. Level 13, Endless Spores. Now refunds 50 mana. Level 20, For the Wildlands. New talent, Thornwood Vine now shoots out 4 additional vines in an arc. Forest Wrath can be selected with either heroic. Malthael, Wraith Strike range increased from 6 to 7. That's based on his W. Talent-wise, Black Harvest. Quest goal reduced from 180 to 150 seconds. Tormented Souls level 10 no longer resets the cooldown of Wraith Strike when Tormented Souls ends. Now reduces the cooldown of Wraith Strike to 2 seconds and removes its mana cost while Tormented Souls is active. And level 20 Reaper Souls. While 2 enemy heroes are in Tormented Souls radius, its duration does not decay. I really do feel like we might see more Tormented Souls. Like nano boosted, like Ana got a bunch of nice changes. Nano boosted Malthael with Tormented Souls level 10 used to be like a combo towards the end of HCC, and then it kind of just died off. And we see it here and there, but it's most players are going last rights. With so much priority onto like Bunker Blaze and things like that, I would absolutely love to see Tormented Souls, Reaper of Souls with Nano Boost. Nano Infusion level 20 would be insane with this. Like, Battlefield of Eternity could work. Infernal Shrines. Like, there's so many maps where it's like everyone groups up and like come and fight together as a team. Towers of Doom, you know, kind of is a mixture for the solo laners, but like, Volskaya Foundry, like, oh, there's so much. Even Garden of Terror, there's a lot of grouped up fights for that. So, Malthael players rejoice. I really do think this is a big buff for him. I really do. Like, I'd like to see more Tormented Souls. I know Last Rites is, like, the pick-play thing, but we'll see. Also, Wraith Strike gets more range. So that means Tormented Souls can dive a little bit further. I'm excited about it. Zagara. Last hero change. Corrosive Saliva level 16. We knew about this one getting nerfed. Damage reduced from 1.75 to 1.5% of max health. So those are all the hero changes. Bug fixes. Let's take a look at these bug fixes we got going on. The shield goes on CD while it persists, so everyone just meets a pad, gets a new 20 shield, and you get to the next team fight. For who? You talking about the Molten Wrath? Second to last rights is better. Bug fixes! I think I read an old Imperious level 20 shield. Oh, got you. Bug fixes. General. Fixed an issue with the display priority of duration bar taunt effects. On Battlefield of Eternity, fixed an issue where areas of the map were not covered under Fog of War. Blackheart's Bay, fixed an issue where some heroes not be able to path along the healing fountains. I'm waiting for the day when they fix the Blackheart's Bay bottom lane rubble. So in Blackheart's Bay, catapults will... you can't have stacked catapults on core through bottom lane. The rubble of the bottom lane keep actually blocks the catapults. It's a really weird thing with how units stack up through that lane. So that and many other reasons we don't see Blackheart's Bay competitively. Cursed Hollow. Fix an issue where Hogger could go through the unpathable section of the map. And Warhead Junction. Fix an issue where healing fountains were not symmetrical on the map. Amber bought me a surprise burrito for lunch. She's the best. That right there, you don't let her go. You hang on to that person tight. You're just like, dang partner, I love you. That's very sweet. That's very sweet. That right there, that's quality relationship right there. That's quality relationship. Just random burrito for your partner. Hero bug fixes. Alley Cat. Level 16 Lethal Onslaught. Fixed an issue that caused Lethal Onslaught to not increase Alaric's basic attack damage correctly. Artanis Base. Shield Overload Q. Fixed an issue that caused Shield Overload to not display correctly if empowered by Shield Surge. Arthas level 10. Summon Syndragosa. Can now be cast over the minimap. Asmodean level 20. Sin's Grasp. Tooltip updated. Brightwing Base Arcane Flare Q now has a minimum cast range of 0.5. Blink Heal fixed an issue that caused Blink Heal trailing images of to be visible. Brightwing has no remaining Blink Heal charges. Chen Base Fortifying Brew, his trait, fixed an issue that caused Fortifying Brew to be fixed an issue that caused Fortifying Brew being instantly destroyed, not granting attack speed. Fortifying Brew has been added to the buff bar. There we go. Words are hard this morning. Dahaka Base Burrow on his E. Fixed an issue that caused Burrow visuals to not be displaced if Dahaka is launched shortly after Burrow's end. Paralyzing Enzymes level 7. Fixed an issue that caused Paralyzing Enzymes duration to not be reduced if drag ends early. Oh! Interesting. That's a good catch right there. Because Paralyzing Enzymes is a 2-second 40% debuff after the drag ends and during. So technically it's a 3.75. But of course if it ends early, that's interesting. So good catch there from Saint Dev. Gazlowe Base Explodium Charge E now has a minimum cast range of 0.2. Gravel Bomb has the same minimum cast range. Hanzo Sonic Arrow, same minimum cast range of 0.2 upgrade, or bug fix, I guess. Jaina Base Frostbite, the ice block before first use tension indicator is now also removed when Jaina is killed. So just visual stuff. Johanna, level 4, Eternal Retaliation. Updated Eternal Retaliation's visual effect to only be visible to Johanna. Less shield. Fixed an issue with display priority on... Fixed an issue with the display priority for the duration bar of Bless Shield. Kel'Thuzad, level 13, Chains of Ice. Chains no longer slow if stun is removed. Disintegrate, level 10 for Li Ming. Fixed an issue that allowed Disintegrate to be cast while moving. Lieutenant Morales, base Healing Beam Q. Fixed an issue that allowed Healing Beam to be cast on multiple targets at once. Level 10 medevac dropship fixed an issue that caused medevac reinforcement indicator to beam to point to Lieutenant Morales' active position instead of where reinforcement was cast. Malfurion level 1 Emerald Dreams has been removed from the game. Yes! No, I'm just kidding. Emerald Dreams is no longer puts hero to sleep if roots get removed. Medivh level 20 Glyph of Polybomb fixed an issue that allowed Medivh to cast abilities during Raven form. I did see this on Reddit and stuff like that, and it was giga busted, so glad that got caught by Saint Dev. Mephisto base Shade of Mephisto fixed an issue with the display priority on the duration bar of Shade of Mephisto. Unspeakable Horror level 20 fixed an issue that caused Unspeakable Horror to silence twice. Muradin base Thunderclap W fixed an issue that caused Thunderclap's splat to not match the area Thunderclap hits. I didn't know that was the professional term for Thunderclap, is splat. I'll have to add that to my caster vocabulary. Thunderburn level 4 fixed an issue that caused Thunderburn's damaging area to be smaller than Thunderclap's area. Fixed an issue that caused Thunderburn's warning indicator to be inconsistent size with the area affected. Murky base Pufferfish W now has a minimum cast range of 0.05. Thunder Splat. Orphea base Shadow Waltz Q fixed an issue that caused Shadow Waltz to not dash when moving after hitting an enemy here with Shadow Waltz. Ragnaros level 13 Cauterized Wounds. Healing is now a singular combined effect each time it heals instead of a healing effect for each hero hit. Fixed an issue that caused Cauterized Wounds healing amount to be determined by the damage dealt to the targets furthest away from the primary empowerment sulfurous target. If Cauterized Wounds is reapplied while already active, any remaining healing will apply over the refresh duration. Rexar base Misha Charge W can be self-cast. Samuro Critical Strike W base fixed an issue that caused Samuro Critical Strike stacks to be visible to enemies. Samuro, I guess singular, yeah. Sonya level 10 Wrath Berserker fixed an issue with the display priority of the duration bar for Wrath Berserker. Remaining duration indicator is now a standalone from Whirlwind duration indicator. Let's go. That's actually like such a visual nice update for casters and probably even players as well. But that visual change is going to be really nice to have a different bar, or at least duration indicator. Stukov Healing Pathogen fixed an issue that caused Healing Pathogen to persist for a brief period after activating Bio Kill Switch. Sylvanas Black Arrow Trait D fixed an issue that with the display priority during Black... Okay, so it's literally the standalone, like, Wrath Berserker, which is very nice. Because there are other indicators, I believe, for Sylvanas on things like Haunting Wave, right? Mind Control level 10 fixed an issue with the display duration for the duration bar of Mind Control. Deafening Blast fixed an issue causing Deafening Blast to activate off the center of units instead of their edge. The Lost Vikings fixed an issue that prevented Olaf from charging when silenced. Ricochet Tracer level 16 now applies as many, now appears as its own entry in Death Recap. Oh, nice, cool. Tychus base Frag Grenade W fixed an issue that caused Frag Grenade to not apply physics to physics objects when no targets are hit. Valir level 16 Assassinate damage bonus is now additive, fixed an issue with duration extension. And last but not least, White Mane Searing Lash can be self-cast. And there you go. There is our live patch for Heroes of the Storm, May 15, 2025. Shout out to Saint Dev for keeping the game going. And be sure to like and subscribe if you're watching over on YouTube. If you're watching here on Twitch, be sure to follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for hanging out and watching this, and we'll see you in the Nexus. Wink.